My name is Stephen James Doty. I was born in America and raised mostly in the UK.
Okay.
So I first came to the Philippines in 2007, and I liked the place, and then I met a girl in 2009 on the internet, Date in Asia, and that's how it all started.
Right.
Basically.
Okay, and then you met a girl, and like, can you tell me about like the turnaround of events, like
Yeah.
from day one when you first met her?
I met her 2009. I was chatting with her for about 4 months on the internet, and then decided to come here and meet her, and then I liked her, and then I come back again a few months later.
So going back to like the story with you and your girlfriend, so you got here, you met her, and then like what happened next?
So basically, after the second time, second or the third time, decided to start a piggery over this way. So we got, I think, 20 pigs, and I thought, oh, this could be a way that I could sort of stay in the Philippines,
Right.
earn some money, and
Do some sustainable living.
Absolutely. So then there was a few problems with the neighbours. That my ex-girlfriend and those are cousins, which I didn't know at the time, and there were some problems, etc., etc. So decided to build a big piggery here.
Right.
On this side. So I got, at one time I had about 100 pigs, which is quite a few.
Yeah, that's a decent number.
But it all started, I was then in the UK, and I was sending money over every week, for my girlfriend and her family,
Okay.
and also to feed the pigs.
What were you doing in the UK back?
I'm actually an antiques dealer.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the UK, and I also used to sell on eBay.
Okay.
I had a haulage business, buy and sell jewellery.
Gotcha.
So I was sending money over. She was selling the pigs, Joe. I didn't know exactly what the weights were, so maybe I was being cheated.
Right.
On the weights, I don't know. And then I come over it. What happened? Nearly 6 years ago, 7 years ago, my mother died. So I decided to come here full time.
Right.
And see my girlfriend, etc., etc. So I was sending money to upgrade the piggery, high quality piggery. So I kept saying to my ex-girlfriend, "Are you sure the piggery is high quality? It has to be high quality."
And I suppose like she's been like feeding you informations of like, yeah, everything is in good shape and stuff like that.
So when I come here, and I saw all the money that I was sending over for this high grade upgrade piggery, it was a shambles, Joe. So I had 250,000 pesos, and I had to spend all this money on upgrading the piggery to what it should have been, to what I was sending it. And also she told me that I had 4 or 5 pregnant pigs. So I didn't have 4 or 5 pregnant pigs at all.
Wow.
So I had to buy more piglets
to
compensate, and then those piglets all got a virus. It all went tickety-boo for me, from day one, basically.
So she was just like, so she lied about like the progress.
Yes.
And then you were shocked when she got here. You were shocked, like,
When
this
I
where
got
all
here,
my money went to?
I was shocked because I sent over a lot of money to upgrade this piggery.
And like, how much are we talking about here?
Oh, I must have sent back at least 150,000 pesos. At
Oh, wow.
At least.
And that's in like in a span of how many months?
Oh, I sent that over. I mean, I sent that over within 6 weeks, 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a ton of money for like that short amount of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So then going to sell the pigs, and oh, Rosalind, how heavy was that pig? Oh, 60 kilos. Well,
But in reality,
is it 60 kilos or was it 70 kilos or
Yeah.
was it 75? I didn't know, Joe. I had no way of knowing.
right?
You know, I had no way of knowing.
Did she tell you like where the money went? Like,
No. The money was probably to help her family.
Gotcha.
Was
Yeah.
probably to help her family. You know.
Yeah. I mean, if she had like, if she had like told you the truth, you would have understand, right?
If she'd have told me the truth, it would have been no problem, Joe. It would
Right.
have been no problem.
But she was
I would
just-
have known where I stood. I could have done this. I could have
Okay.
organised something. You know. But when you're being lied to and
Right.
you can't prove it. She was very clever in you couldn't prove anything. You didn't have any evidence, but I always knew there was something not
Yeah,
right.
it's like-
I always knew there was something not right.
There's lots of red flags there, right?
Yeah. I never forget this. I'm not a stupid bloke. The first time I met her in the evening, we went out in Mango Square, and I made out that I was drunk, but not too much.
Right.
But I made out that I was more drunk than what I really was. So we stopped into a bake shop and to get some food. So I gave her 1,000 pesos. I said, please get some bread and cakes and da 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 da. So then I said to her, oh, give me the change later. This was a test.
Oh.
So anyway, this was a test, my test. So now, in the morning we woke up. Now, she's thinking that I was very drunk last night, and maybe he's going to forget.
Yeah.
So she was in a no-win and no-lose situation, because if I don't mention the 1,000 pesos
Right.
change, she gets the money.
Right.
She gets the money. But if I mention it, she'll say, oh, I'm sorry, Steve, I forgot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she couldn't look. So
Right.
I said to her, oh, Rosalind, where's the change from last night? Oh, I forgot.
Oh, she did
So
actually say that?
That put doubt in my mind straight away.
That was a red flag.
Yeah, that put doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
So that's how I never quite trusted her.
Okay.
She was a very nice girl, but she you could never get any evidence. She was always good at covering. I mean,
Yeah.
one time, Joe, I don't lose money, Joe. One time I lost 15,000 pesos somewhere.
Oh.
I don't lose money, Joe. I'm not silly. I don't lose money. 15,000 pesos. Where did it go? Did I lose it? Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably
I
grabbed from your pocket.
couldn't prove anything, Joe. I couldn't prove anything.
That sucks. Yeah. Okay.
She was very. I could never pinpoint it. Another example. When we were selling chickens in Lutopan there. Oh, Steve, can I get a thermostat for coffee? I'm thinking, well, she doesn't drink coffee. I said, yeah, okay. Okay. So anyway, a few days later I said to her, oh, Rosalind, where's the thermostat?
Right.
My dad's using it.
Oh. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. And then so after the piggery incident, what happened? Is that when things started to fall down?
Things were going down rapidly. I only had a few pigs left. I had one pig left, and it was pregnant. And I was feeding this pig so many kilos of feed every day to make sure that
Yeah,
It had
it's
piglets,
strong,
yeah,
and
it was strong
you
and
know,
everything.
it'll improve its immune system.
And it had a miscarriage.
Oh.
I could have. Oh my
Oh my
God.
god. So what happened to your relationship with her?
It was just thing. My money was vanishing very quick.
Right,
Very,
because
very
you had
quick.
to like finance the, you know, the piggery, and you know, it didn't work
Yeah,
out, and so there was more, you know, outcoming money than incoming money, right?
Yeah, it was just my money was vanishing very, very quickly. So lucky enough, when I had the piggery in full flow, I had a lot of things that I could sell here. I had a corn machine, a welding machine.
Oh.
So that kept me going. That kept me going
Right.
for a certain, sort of while. But things.
But were you still like in a relationship with her?
I was still in a relationship with her, Joe.
But it was already shaky, I assume.
But it wasn't a good relationship on my behalf. Her parents, after I found them out what they really was, they never liked me. They never liked me because obviously I found them out what they really are, what they was really doing.
Right.
I gave them a lot of things. I had a nice house in Tabernook, and I had some nice beds there, tables and chairs, some fans, and I gave it to the parents. I gave it to the parents.
Oh wow! It's still with them right now.
Yeah. I gave it to the parents, and then I said to Rosalind, I'd like to bring some stuff here, for example, like a fan and this and that, and he copped he really took offence that I wanted some of my stuff that I bought,
So she got offended.
And he got offended. She was very quiet. She was a very timid girl. The problem with Rosalind, that she was controlled by her parents.
Right.
She was petrified of her parents.
Okay, but like, what about like the way how she treated you? Was it all right? Did she at least like cook for you during breakfast?
Yeah, she was very good like that.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, she was very good like that. When she was on her own, she was very good like that.
Yeah. I guess like she's a decent woman, and
she was,
but the only thing is like,
woman controlled by her parents.
Gotcha.
We had I gave Rosalind 1,500 pesos to put in her bank as an emergency, in case we got a real serious emergency, or 2,000 pesos. And when I was living in Cebu City there, we had an emergency. We had no money. I said, "Oh, Rosalind, please go to the bank and get that money.
Yeah.
We need to eat." She gave the money to her parents. So I was thinking, oh my God, God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Emergency money, and so I had to sell my laptop and this and that. It was basically, I was just every day keeping afloat, trying to stay afloat.
Right.
Every day. Yes.
Yeah. And what was like the moment when like, it really hit you rock bottom? Or like, what was like the biggest turnaround of events that routed you here?
Oh, why I come here? That's
Yeah.
That's a very good question, Joe. I come here every morning. I used to wake up and I used to say good morning to her parents. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Hope you're well. And they never used to speak to me.
Oh.
Because they never used to speak to me because I had no money.
Yeah,
Okay.
But when you had a ton of money,
they was
treated
best
you.
friends. They was talking and But when I had no money, they didn't say anything to me. And I said to Rosalind, I can't stay in your house anymore. I can't stay.
Yeah.
I have to come to this land and stay.
Right.
And I'll never forget the first night I come here. I thought, wow, I'm all alone on this land. It was like, well, survive or die.
Right.
That's what you got to do, survive or die. But yeah, that's the only reason why I come here, because they never used to talk to me.
Right. And it was like a living.
Never used to talk to me because I had no money.
Yeah, and it was like a living hell for you then.
It was.
So you had just like, and you weren't treated right, I would suppose.
It was awful.
Yeah, I'd rather be alone. If I live in a house where no one likes me, and
Oh, it's
no one
awful.
wants
It
to
was
talk to me.
awful. Awful.
Yeah, it's awful. So I'd rather be alone, just like move somewhere and like yeah. So what are like mostly your biggest struggles being in here, living in this like tiny house?
My biggest problem is right now is I've got a very, very bad UTI, and it causes me to have severe diarrhea. So I hate to say this, but the only way most of the time I can pee, pass urine, is if I have diarrhea at the same time.
Oh.
Awful thing. It's the most awful thing, and it's draining all my body. It's draining my thinking, my senses.
Where do you take a poop?
Anywhere, or I just wash it away. Lucky enough, thank God, I've got 3 water wells, so I can just wash it away quick.
Okay,
it's very simple.
Just primitive style.
Primitive style, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing for me now, this UTI, with this diarrhea. And probably the diarrhea and everything, it's causing me now to have, I don't know, hypertension or anxiety.
You get anxious?
Stress,
Oh, yeah.
It's not nice. Diarrhea is not nice.
Yeah, are you still having, like, how long have you been having it? The diarrhea?
Just like this, quite severe, the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens if you get fever or something?
Lucky enough, I'm quite a strong guy. I'm quite strong.
You haven't had any fever in
No, I'm quite
year.
strong.
Yeah.
I'm a very optimistic guy.
What's your day looking like? Like, like your morning routines and...
What I do is I wake up normally about 5 o'clock in the morning. I have a coffee, and I just start planting, Joe. I just plant all day.
And you don't have any stove or anything? You just like
just a fire, just a primitive, fire.
Yeah, make fire and like cook.
Yeah.
You get some I guess some cooking pans in there and put it. What's your morning meal?
Yeah, I probably I like to eat some bread and some crackers. I like crackers are good for my stomach.
Right.
That's good for my stomach. That stops the diarrhea.
And your lunch?
Yeah, I don't eat too much. I sort of have a few sort of snacks all day. I can't eat.
So you don't eat like
I don't
decent
eat
meal.
good, Joe. I don't eat good. No, I don't eat good. I eat enough to survive.
Oh wow.
To survive, yeah.
Well, what do you eat? Just crackers, pretty much all the time.
Yeah, no. I have some rice. Sometimes I go to my friend's house in Luterpan, and he always gives me a meal, makes me a meal.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just like what people call snacks, right? And that's your like main meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like, if you do the math, you live in probably less than $1 a day, I would say.
A lot of the time, Joe, I survive on 20 pesos a day.
Yeah. So if you, oh wow, that's
that's about what, 50 cents a day? 50
not even 50 cents, like 40 cents, 45 cents.
I survive that on a day.
Wow.
That I have to have water. I have to drink water. That's very important for me.
Like clean water.
When I've got ripe papaya, I like to eat the ripe papaya. Sometimes I make, I don't know what you call it here, atsara, the papaya.
Oh yeah, atsara.
Sometimes I make that.
Like they put like vinegar in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you sell your papaya? Like just go to market?
It's not. The ripe ones are quite easy to sell, but the unripe ones not so easy. But if they're ripe, Joe, great, because I'll eat them myself.
Right.
I'll eat them myself.
Yeah, you can just
That's my favourite fruit, actually, papaya.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. So if you give it a chance, you got, if you give it a chance, you get a decent amount of money. What would you be doing it for? Or like, okay, so if you get if you are to decide, how much would you need a day to like have a comfortable, not gonna say a decent, but like a comfortable day in and day out living?
Right now, in the short term,
Oh, let's short term and long term.
I mean, right now, Joe, if I had 100 pesos every single day, that would get me through to the next stage, which, I mean, my idea is I want to fill this garden up with vegetables. I want to get many more chickens. You know, I'd not only like to help myself, Joe, but I'd also like to help other people who are in my situation, who have been in my situation, who are hungry.
Right.
It's no fun being hungry,
Right.
you know, help a foreigner or help a Filipino. You know, it's someone who
Yeah. Right.
needs help, because I know where they're coming from. I know,
Right.
you know, it's not nice. But if I could have just say, if I could have 100 pesos every day, and then I could relax, I could do much more planting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like $2 a day, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes. Yeah.
And that's like the comfortable one. What about like the decent one?
The decent one, if I had, wow, Joe, if I had $20 a day.
Okay.
Wow.
That's like a grand. What? Yeah.
Wow, if I
No,
had
no, 1,000 pesos.
if I had $20 a day, I could do some serious stuff here. I could do some serious, because, you know, when you have peace of mind, and
Right. You can decide better. You can
you
make
can
decisions
make
better.
decisions better. I mean, $20 a day, wow. I mean, I'd feel like a millionaire.
Right.
Really, I could get so much done, and all I would do basically is just plant, and get more chickens, get more chickens, get more chickens. My idea is to feed the chickens from the vegetables that I'm growing: string beans,
Right.
sweet corn, etc., etc. So yeah. Oh, $20 a day, wow. It's real beautiful here.
Right.
It's real beautiful, and the grass is all cut and everything.
Okay. So, tell me about your house. I can see that it's about to give up now.
It's going to give up. It's going to give up.
Yeah, and I just hope that when it gives up, you're not going to be inside, because that might risk your life.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, Joe. This might sound crazy, but I have been very lucky.
Yeah.
I have been very, very lucky. I think somebody up there has been looking out for me, watching over me. I have been lucky, because I've been through certain things, and I'm thinking, well, how did I get through that, and how did I get through that? But yeah, it's still standing. It's still standing.
Yeah. Can you tell me again what you do if like it pours down real bad, and like there's like lots of holes in your ceiling? What do you do with it? How do you deal with it?
There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to just make the best. You know, you've just got to just deal with it. As we say in the UK, you just got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You just got to roll with the punches. You know, if you get knocked down, you get back up again.
Right.
You know, you just got to deal with it.
Right.
Thank God, I'm quite a strong person. My mother was very strong, and you know, you just got to deal with it.
Yeah. Tell me about like are there instances of you wanting to leave this place?
In the last 2 weeks, I've sort of been suffering a little bit from hypertension and mild panic attacks. I'm thinking, oh, I want to go home, but I'm thinking to myself. Then I calm down and think, what am I going to do back home? I've just got to deal with it here. You know, here I'm. You know, you just got to deal with it, Joe. You got to deal with it, and here's nice. I'm happy here. You just got to deal with it.
Right.
That's what I would say. What I would like is, I'd like my freedom. I'd like to have enough money that if I wanted to go somewhere, I could go somewhere. that's what I miss, my freedom, knowing if I wanted to, you know, I can't do anything because I haven't got any money. That's what I miss, you know, my freedom.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
miss.
So, you know, there's always gonna be reasons to be happy with life, right? I know it's a lot of struggle right now, you know, and you hit rock bottom. But if you were to say stuff that's, you know, making you happy, what would they be?
I I love the Philippines, Joe. You know, and I love farming. I love gardening. I love planting. You know, I'm starting to accept chickens. I don't really like chickens, but you haven't got to like them. They're going to earn you some money or feed you. But yeah, I like the Philippines though. I like farming.
Yeah.
I like the people. I like the idea. If you want to go to the beach, there's lots of pretty girls here. There's lots of friendly people.
Right. The hospitality, I guess, in the neighborhood.
It's good. It's
really
good.
decent.
I mean, you know what happened to me, Joe. It you know, it could happen in any country. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so I haven't got any regrets really. I haven't got any regrets.
Right.
You know,
That's good.
Things happen for a reason.
Right.
And yeah, things happen for a reason.
No, this is not gonna be permanent, right? Yeah. There's always gonna be light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, this has happened in the Philippines. I'm glad it has, because if it happened in Thailand, for example, it wouldn't be so good. It wouldn't be, you know,
right.
It wouldn't be so good.
I guess the benefit of being in here is like, you know, like the people generally understands English.
They understand English, yes. And you know, Joe, there are few very, very exceptional Filipinos. You know, they're really unbelievably nice.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and you know, if meeting people at least knows the basic English, I mean, it's easier to get by and you know, ask and communicate.
Yeah, I don't, you know, and somebody will give you a snack or something to eat one day. You know, they're quite generous like that. You know, they'll, you know, give you a meal. You know, I've never asked anybody, "Oh, please have you," you know, but.
Yeah, they just like offer you help.
Yeah.
Without you having to ask them.
All I've lacked, Joe, is just a little bit of capital to, you know, work my way.
Right.
That's all I've lacked.
Yeah. And if you are to make money to, like, say, start a new business or something that could sustain you, how much would you need, do you think? Like a lump sum of money.
To do my planting, I'd like to do the chickens in a big way. I'm also very, very keen on the rocks with the faces. I'm very keen with that. So to start off, maybe get some pigs again. Probably Joe, to get it big again, probably 250,000 pesos.
It's about
250 to 300,000 pesos. I could buy an awful lot of chickens, Bantus chickens. I could buy some pigs, maybe some goats. That you can do, if you know what I mean, some serious damage with. You can do some serious business with that.
Right.
You know,
it gives you wiggle room.
That absolutely. I come over here, I believe, with 250,000 pesos. So if I had that again, for example, oh wow, you learn from your mistakes. For example, you're much wiser, and you know.
Right.
But I would do mostly on the livestock front, Bantus chickens. I've got many buyers for them. They're very easy to sell. They get big quick.
Were you thinking that, you know, you were going to like end up like this back when you were in Thailand, or like had no idea at all?
What do you mean, Joe? Sorry, when I was in Thailand.
Yeah, when you were in Thailand, did you had any idea that, you know, you were going to end up like in a place like this?
What, the Philippines?
Yeah.
I just wanted to come and have a look.
Right. But
Yeah, the
yeah.
first time I come to the
Were you
Philippines.
scared of your decisions back then, or like not at
When I
all?
first come to the Philippines, I thought, oh God, oh wow, I can't stay here. I don't like it. I want to go back to Thailand. But then I met an Australian and he said, Steve, give it time, give it a few days, give it a few weeks, you'll like the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I gave it time, a few days, a week, and I thought, oh, well, yeah.
Do you think if you hadn't met, like, Rosalind, was it?
Yeah.
Do you think
I
you
would
would
still come here.
You'd still come here?
Yeah, still come
Gotcha.
here, yeah.
Gotcha. Hold on, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I mean, are you still in contact with a bunch of your friends?
No. What happened, Joe, was about 3 years ago. I asked my friend of 30 years if he could send me £50, which is about $100.
Right.
Said, could you sort of send me £50 just for a while? And he kept making excuses. So I gave up on all my friends back home. I'm thinking, God, I can't get £50 out one of my best friends.
Right.
So that sort of put a bitter taste in my mouth, So I thought, oh well, I'll do it.
So if we publish this video, like this documentary, and if they see this, would you be comfortable with that?
Yes.
It's fine with you, huh?
Yes.
And you're fine, like you're totally fine with the world knowing your story and like your state right now, your condition right now.
It's the truth, Joe. It's the truth. I'm a firm believer. Just speak the truth.
Right.
Because
I mean, you don't have to pretend, right?
Yeah, a liar can easily be found out. You can always get caught out. Everything that I've told you. Is the truth, Joe.
Yeah. And inevitably, people might be sorry for you, and you're fine with that. You're comfortable with that. You're humble enough to accept.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Are you fine with me like making in touch with your best friends in your best friends in the UK or?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say best friends,
Or close friends.
People who I've known a long time. People who I've known. Joe, as you know, if you've got one good friend in life, you're a lucky boy.
Yeah,
you're a
that's
lucky
good
boy.
enough.
If you got one, you only need one.
Right. Yeah. You got a Facebook, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Are you friends with those folks?
No, I haven't. I think I've got one or two. One it would be my ex.
You got one or two friends in Facebook, you say,
I think so. One of them is my ex-boss from many years ago when I was 18 years old. He's a Turkish guy, Jan.
So you don't have a ton of friends on Facebook then?
No. Joe, I choose my friends.
Right.
I'm a very proud man. I've got a lot of pride, and my friend who wouldn't send me £50 over, I took offence by that.
Yeah, but we don't know. I mean, like, who knows if like when you ask them the money, they may be like, they may be going through like tough times. So
yeah,
it could be a reason. It could be like a lot of things.
It could be, yeah. It could be. Yeah, I know what you mean, Joe.
Yeah.
But I know even if I asked, a friend now, could you send me £20 or £30?
Yeah. So you lived. What age were you when you were living in the UK?
Let me see. I was in America for the first 7 years. So when I was 7, I went to the UK with my sister and my mother.
And where in the UK?
Cambridge, which is near London.
Okay, Cambridge.
Cambridge, where all the universities are.
Right.
Nice place, but very expensive.
Right.
So lived there. Probably lived in America for about 15 years of my life.
Right.
About 15
yeah.
years.
But what about you? Like your aunt, Like, are you fine with me? Like, if I get a chance to like keep in touch, like get in touch with them, you're fine with me doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Okay. I mean, I could. The thing is, like, I could reach out to them, and then, you know, I mean, as soon as I'm done with editing of the film, like your documentary film, I could reach out to them. They could see this video, and you know, they could see your condition and everything here, and they could share it. You know, people could like I said, GoFundMe. It's like super easy to set up stuff in there, and then, you know, yeah, I mean, like they could share it to people. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'll leave it to you, Joe. You know best.
Yeah.
You know
It's yeah. Okay. Maybe we could take a break. And you got your own water source over there. It's
Yes.
just pretty.
best. And there, and one in the corner.
Oh, there's another one over here.
Yes.
Oh wow, you got a ton. Is this where you drink water from? Oh no.
Where, Joe, I got my UTI from this water well, I'm sure. I got
Oh really?
my UTI because I had no money for the mineral water. So I
Yeah.
was drinking water from there, and I'm sure that
Really?
caused my UTI.
So you drink water from this thing?
this
Oh
one,
no, okay,
not
from
this
this
one.
thing. Let me have a look in that well again.
Not that one.
Can I step through
Of
the?
course you can.
Okay. Oh, this is Steve's water source. Oh, look at that! I can't believe Steve drank from here. There's like algae, and there are some, you know, stuff swimming in there. I'm pretty sure that's not drinkable at all, not potable, 100%. And that is Steve's house, by the way. I mean, as you may be able to see, it's about to give up now. You know, any minute from now, if it gets hit with a strong wind, that thing's gonna give in.
I got my UTI from there, I think about 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay, so UTI has been an ongoing thing with you, huh?
Yes. Oh God, yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Very
Okay.
ongoing, Joe. But
So we're hitting.
This is 5 pesos.
Oh yeah.
This is 5 pesos.
Where did you get it from?
That's mineral water.
Yeah, it's
from the
mineral
store.
water. Gotcha.
From the store.
That's a lot for. That's 5 pesos. That's a lot. It's a lot of money. I mean, it's supposed to be free, but. Okay. Steve, I suppose this is your bed during the night, right?
Either if it's raining,
Right.
I have to sleep on the floor here.
Right. Okay. You just.
Along there. I make up a bed, but it's. I mean, it's really comfortable. It is comfortable, but
Right.
you know.
Okay. Hold on a second. And then what's really interesting is, like, you know, if it pours down really bad,
Yeah.
you know, you got
The water
lots
goes
of.
straight, yeah, to there.
Right.
Mostly.
And then, you know, like the ceiling here has got lots of holes in it. So, and like I said, if it pours down really bad, then, you know, this place gets so wet, right? So you're gonna have to replace all these carton boxes.
Yes.
Right. Cool.